Hello and welcome to the information session of the business administration programs uh, at George Brown College. So in this session, we are going to talk about two advanced diploma programs, which are project management B126 and B156. I am Saifur Rahman Saif. You can call me Saif, and I'm the program coordinator of these two programs. Now, let's take a look at a quick overview. Now, the credential that you will receive at the end of this program is Ontario College Advanced Diploma Program. Now, there are two variations of this program. We have the B126 and the B156. Now, both these programs are 3-year long, and you have to complete 6 semesters to get this or complete this particular program. The only difference is one of these two programs, the B126, does not have a work experience attached to it, whereas the B156 program, diploma program, has a 2 semesters work experience that you need to complete in order to graduate from this program. We only offer these diploma programs during the fall or the winter session. Now, both these programs are open to both domestic as well as international students. Now, a bit more about this program. Now, as you have seen before, these are business administration programs, but both these programs have a specialization in project management. So through this program, you will get to learn about project management, and our main goal, or one of our goals, is to prepare the students and the graduates to learn about project management and understand how to manage a project effectively and efficiently. So you will get to learn about managing a project scope, how to manage those changes within a project. You also learn about project control, which means if the actual progress or the work in a project deviates from the project plan, how do you control that gap, and how do you basically address those variation or deviations from the plan? Then you also learn about project staffing, how to form a team, how to develop a team, and how to manage a team. Then you'll also learn about managing risks in a project, how to manage those uncertainties, and how are you going to respond to those uncertainties and risks once you identify them. You'll also learn about different project management tools that project managers and the project team members use throughout their journey during the project management process or throughout their project management journey. For example, you will get to know about Microsoft Project or MS Project, and this tool is used to prepare the project schedule or Gantt diagram. It also helps in preparing the project budget and also helps you assign resources and track a particular project. It also helps you identify the task or activity relationships and dependencies and whatnot. It helps you make critical decisions during project management. We also have a simulation course where you'll get to know about managing a project as a project manager. You'll play the role of a project manager and then manage a simulation project of roughly 3 months long, and you'll have $500,000 to spend. And that's a very interesting platform as well. So these are some of the tools that we are using here, and also perform other functions, for example, stakeholder management, procurement management, communications management, and whatnot. And we also have other courses apart from project management, which are generic business and business related courses, for example, accounting, finance, marketing, and whatnot. Now, about this program specifically, you have a great learning experience throughout this 3-year long period. And as I mentioned earlier, this is a business administration advanced diploma program, but the specialization is on project management, and which is something of very high demand in this current context. Project management is less of a field and more of a skill to have. And any field, any sector where there are projects, people with project management skill will always be in high demand. For example, if you look at the financial sector, if you look at the healthcare, if you look at the government sector, the public sector, if you look at IT, all these fields, they have multiple projects going on in an organization, and thousands of jobs are being created every year. And they're always looking for people with project management skills. Now, the only way to know whether you have this highly sought after skill of project management is either through experience or through some sort of credentials. Either it could be a degree in project management or some sort of degree with specialization in project management, or maybe a certification like PMP or CAPM, which we will discuss more in the later part of this session. All right, so in this particular program, you will get to learn about business in general and project management in specific, and you should be able to demonstrate all these characteristics or traits once you graduate from this program. You should be able to analyze. First of all, you will have a better understanding of what is a project, what is project management, and how it impacts, or how managing a project impacts an organization, right? What's the value of project management? What's the importance of good project management, and how it impacts an organization in general, how it creates value for a particular firm or organization, and how it drives change within a firm, how it helps a firm or an organization grow and thrive and progress. That's a very important part of this learning experience. You'll be able to analyze the impact of an organization's project management initiatives and how it affects other functions like human resources, or management decisions, financial and business strategies, and other policies and practices and whatnot. You also learn to make important decisions. You learn to understand how a particular decision impacts your overall project plan, how it affects your overall organizational strategies and policies, policy implementation and whatnot. It will also help you understand the trade-offs that you have to make as a project manager. There are always competing objectives. You're fighting with budget, schedule, risk, resources, quality, risk, and whatnot, right? So there are a lot of constraints that exist within an organization, within a firm, as well as within a project. So you have to understand how your decision will impact these trade-offs. You have to understand the opportunity cost that you have to make while you're selecting one project and giving up the other. You also have to understand the approach you're going to take to manage or implement a project. You can take agile, you can take waterfall, you can take a hybrid approach. You also have to understand other trade-off criteria. For example, are you going to make it in-house, or are you going to procure it from external sources, or you're going to do a combination of both, right? So all these things will come into play, and we are going to give you some idea about this decision-making factors. You also understand how accounting, or financial knowledge, or human resources, and these concepts will help you manage a project better, and how it impacts other areas of a project management. For example, leadership, teamwork, team management, and whatnot. Of course, you also get to work with teams or in groups, and this will help you sharpen your team management, or working in a team, the skills that are required to work in a team collaboration and whatnot. So these are some important learning experience that you will have in these programs. Now, the admission requirements, these are already in our program web page. So I'm going to show it to you as well in a few minutes. So the admission requirements for these two programs are that you have to have an Ontario Secondary School Diploma, or OSSD, or equivalent if you are a mature student 19 years and above. You need to have grade 12 English, college level or university level, and you also need to have grade 11 math, again, as you can see, C, M, or U. college level, university level, or mixed level, and also grade 12 maths. So these are things that are already mentioned in our program web page. You also might want to send an email to admissions@georgebrown.ca if you're a domestic student, and INTL admissions, which is basically short for international admissions, INTL admissions@georgebrown.ca if you are an international student. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this program is spread over 6 semesters, right? It's a 3-year-long program, and each year you have to take 2 semesters, at least 2 semesters. For B1 to 6, it's only 2 semesters per year, so fall and winter. And for the B156 program students, you have to take 2 additional semesters, which are your work experience for throughout this 3-year period. All right, so the courses here are, these are some of the courses that you have to take. If you are in the B156 program, you have to take an additional course, which is a mandatory course, which is BUZZ 1000. It's work experience prep course, and that will help you with the work experience semesters that you need to do as a part of this program. So this only applies to the B156 program students. Now, as I said, there are 6 semesters. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the program web page. Give me 1 second while I share my screen. Okay, so I believe this is the page that I'm referring to. Now, the way to access this particular web page is to open a browser and type www.georgebrown. It's open here, georgebrown.ca/ type in the code, program code. So if you're looking for information on the B1 to 6 program, just type in /B1 to 6. And if you're looking for information about the B156 program, just type /B156. So let's go with B1 to 6 first. So this is the program web page that we have. It's Business Administration Project Management Program. The course code is B1 to 6. And as you can see, the next opening is fall 2022, which starts from September. And it's open to both domestic and international students right now. So we are going to keep this open until we reach the capacity. The credential that you are going to receive is Ontario College Advanced Diploma. All right, and it's a full-time study, full-time program. Duration is 3 years long. It's 6 semesters. The tuition fee is mentioned here, but it might change again depending on when you are looking at this particular video, and also it might be revised. So please do come and check this web page for the fee or tuition information. Experiential learning, it's not applicable, or work experience is not applicable to B1 to 6. It's don't need to, it's optional. But for B156, the other program, which also I have it open, as you can see, Business Administration Project Management Program with work experience is B156. This is where you have to complete the work experience of co-op or internship. It's a part of this whole program. All right, so I'll just go back to 1 to 6 first and let me finish this. Let's take a look at the courses. So you have to complete 36 courses over a period of 3 years or 6 semesters, of which 28 courses are mandatory. 5 of these courses are, 5 of the 36 courses that you need to complete are business electives, and the remaining 3, they are general education or electives. If you scroll down, you have the detailed information, exactly what we saw on the slide. So these are the courses that you have to complete. Semester 1, you have to complete 6 courses, which includes Business Concepts 1, College English, Business Computer Applications 1, Fundamentals of HR Management, Principles of Marketing 1, and Math for Business and Management 1. Now, these courses, they do not have any prerequisite. For semester 2, you have to complete the 6 courses, starting with Principles of Accounting, Project Management, Professional Communications 1, which has a prerequisite, as you can see. So you can, again, basically come to this page and this section and check which courses have a prerequisite and which do not have a prerequisite. Then you have to complete Professional Communications 1, Business Computer Applications 2, Math for Business and Management 2, and Organizational Behavior. These are all second semester courses. Semester 3, you have to complete 5 courses here: Macroeconomics, Operations Management, Scope and Quality Management. Now this is now we are getting into core project management, business statistics, successful social relations, and then we are going into, and also you get to select one general education electives. There's a list at the end here. As you can see, these are the general education elective courses. You have to select 3 from this list. And sorry, just one second. Okay, now semester 4, you have these 5 courses. As you can see, we have schedule and cost management, which is basically a core project management course, and so on and so forth. So you have to complete all these courses within 3 years or 6 semesters. Now, if I take you to the B156, as you can see here, the only difference is you have one additional mandatory course. So instead of 36 courses that was for B126, for B156, you have to complete 37 courses instead, and of which 29 are mandatory courses. All right, and the mandatory course that is added here is Buzz 1000 and in semester 3, which helps you prepare for the work experience terms. So the title is, as you can see, work experience prep course, and all the other courses are basically same. All right. So this is basically the program webpage, as I said, and you have other information here. How to qualify and apply. You get some detailed information about the application process and also what are the admission requirements. Okay, let me take you back to our slides now. Okay, so the industry, let's talk about the industry a bit. So this is, as I said, the project management itself is not a one single industry. It applies to any industry, any sector where there are projects and where the projects are being managed, or there's a requirement for project management skill set, right? However, what we do is basically we follow the Project Management Institute's standard for project management, and it's well documented in a book called PMBOK, Project Management Body of Knowledge. Some call it Project Management Book of Knowledge. So PMBOK, we follow the 6th and the 7th edition. They combined forms the overall body of knowledge. And Georgetown College, the programs that we have here, the credentials that we have, that we offer, is recognized by PMI, Project Management Institute. They are the world leading authority on project management. And Georgetown College is one of their registered education providers, or it's called REP. We are one of their global registered education providers. So what it means is that all the hours that you spend on these courses, so all this credit, they're basically acknowledged and recognized by PMI. So if you plan on pursuing one of the certifications, project management certifications offered by PMI, Project Management Institute, like a CAPM, which is Certified Associate in Project Management. This is an entry-level certification for project managers or someone who aspires to work in the field of project management. And if you have experience in working in project management, you can actually go for the PMP certification, which stands for Project Management Professional certification. And of course, this is a highly in demand certification globally. It's a global certification and it's quite well recognized. For PMP, you need at least 3 years of project management or project related experience. Plus you need 35 hours of classroom training on project management. Again, our program will satisfy that education requirement. And also for CAPM, you need 23 hours of classroom education on project management, which our program will help you qualify for that as well. Now, potential positions after you graduate from this program. Usually we have seen that our graduates, they take up the role or the title of assistant project manager, a project coordinator, and someone, if someone has some few years of experience, they even get the uh, role of project manager. The title is not important here, but yes, they often have the role of a project manager, junior project manager, coordinator, uh, and also business project manager. Sometimes they also have work as a business analyst, but again, the role is often merged or overlaps with project manager or project management role. So yeah, this again, our graduates have a very high success rate in the industry. Our credentials, our degrees and certificates, they are well recognized by the not only the downtown employers, but employers throughout throughout the country. So we have graduates working all across the country, and they're pretty much well positioned all through. So yeah, this is it. Next step, as I said, we are right now open for the fall term 2022, September 2022, for both domestic as well as international students. If you're interested in applying to either of these two programs, please visit the program web pages, respective web page, georgebrown.ca/ type in the code. So if you're interested in the B126 program, which is without the work experience, type in www.georgebrown.ca/B126. And if you're interested in the B156 program, type in www.georgebrown.ca/B156. And then you'll get everything you need to know about application process and the details about this program. If you have any questions, feel free to send me an email. I'm the program coordinator, as I mentioned earlier. My email address is mdsaifur.rahman@georgebrown.ca, which is mdsaifur.rahman@georgebrown.ca, which is georgebrown.ca. Feel free to reach out to me, send me an email if you have any questions with regards to this information session or anything with regards to this program. You can also send an email to admissions@georgebrown.ca if you're a domestic student and you want to know more about the admission steps and admission process. And if you're an international student, you can send an email to INTL, in short for international. So INTL admissions@georgebrown.ca if you're an international student. All right, thank you so much for listening to this information session, and I hope you will join this great program, this great college, and I look forward to seeing you in one of our programs. Take care.